Here we
I did
go.
mention the spiders. There is Amplify Spider available, and I have seen Scion play that, but he could be a bit more tame. Pick like Arclight Stormcaller as well.
For sure. Takes a pretty safe pack, I'd say.
Well, there's sledges available for cast if he wants to, and otherwise it's going to probably be some type of saber opener. Could have that triple saber start, and we'll be picking it.
Ooh. Okay, okay.
This was part of the most recent change implemented yesterday, as we are now able to get our Sabertooths and our Fire Badgers on round 1. And we actually see it on both sides. I hadn't noticed, but Scion is a Fire Badger spec, so here we go. This is the perfect show match for the new patch.
I'm glad you cleared that up for me because I was just about to ask if the game is broken. Like, what? That's
No, no,
such a
no.
crazy
It's part of
change.
the. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay, the
It's
separation is insane because Typhoons and Rhinos round 4 and these guys round 1? Like, holy smokes, that is a huge difference.
yeah, it's quite powerful, especially the Fire Badger one because it's a mercenary unit, so you just like instantly block it from showing up for your opponent.
Oh, okay. That's a good thing to point out. I like what Cass is doing here, sort of creating a nice gentle concave, corner attack here, making the other Stormcallers not too useful. However, they are placed on the inside, so they will eventually come to reinforce.
I mean, this is not the worst matchup for Scion. Having those Stormcallers into the Sabers should give him some early locks, and considering Cast has opted to put his Crawlers kind of behind his units, I think that the Storms will get those
Yeah,
lock-ons right at the start.
agree. Do you like the crawler positioning, or do you like to have one screening?
I tend to like to put at least one up front if I'm into Stormcaller. If I'm not into Stormcaller, I like this position, but
Yeah, yeah.
it could be fine either way, right? Like he is trying to push into one tower, and he does have a lot of hit points here with the triple saber opener, so maybe he's just fine regardless.
Yeah, it's definitely an interesting point of decision. I do think both lines do make sense here. Well, anyways, the Stormcallers are going to have some nice connections. It's going to come down to if the Crawlers can get onto the tower, onto the Stormcallers, which does look like it's going to happen.
Yeah, that's the big benefit of positioning in this way, right? Those arc lights locking onto the sabers, which means that they will ignore the crawlers, and that way the crawlers can get in. However, crawlers from Scion get into the tower of cast first,
Yeah,
and that
those
means,
pesky
yeah, that debuff
Crawlers.
hurts. Yeah, they always just split up and have to go for your tower on round 1.
Yes, so unfortunate there. He was definitely winning the round otherwise, but now he's going to get cleaned up. Small victory though.
I guess that's another reason why you could put a crawler all the way up front. If you put it in the middle, it tends to kind of pull away the crawlers
Yeah,
and make sure that they don't go for your tower.
yeah, good point. Oh, we got unit reinforcements already.
That's very
We
fast.
Yeah, what are we looking at here? Like, Cast does like sledgehammers. I guess Farseer is always stable.
Yeah, round 2 Farseer is just... It's hard to skip, isn't it? It's just good against everything that can show up by that point in the game.
Yeah, pretty decent. I mean, yeah, it's a utility unit, so like just being able to shoot up is already a good enough reason to take it in a lot of game states. But it's also just like a big boy early on, right? Like it is a 300 cost unit, which does really well into things that cost less.
Yeah, and don't be too surprised if this thing just basically takes the crown in terms of damage for the next 3 turns. Like, that is pretty common.
Yeah, it's got splash as well, so it picks up a lot of damage. Interesting sentry missile there.
Looks like both of them will be going for the Farseer. Scion perhaps expecting a push onto the left tower, but it will not be the case.
Yeah, if anything, I think Cass needs to shore up his left tower, like either with a tower fortification or with like a unit that'll pull everything into his main side.
Yeah, I could put like a Fang in the middle, perhaps.
Looks like he's doing it. I'm surprised with the left bias though. I would have liked it closer to the helipad, but
Yeah, I think he's just trying to put it 2 squares on the inside so that it can pull anything. So even if Scion went for like a corner crawler, he would be fine. But he opts to level the tower as well, so
okay.
interesting.
Yeah, just playing it like really, really safe.
Both of them just went for Fang deployments there, by the way.
Yep, just trying to stay flexible. Make sure you have enough chaff to not get locked on by the Farseer.
Well, Stormcallers are having a field day still. The Saber is not too long for this world. It's going to come down to a fight of Farseers, maybe. Oh, Saber will at least get one shot in.
Yeah, looking really good overall here for Scion. Like, just really good connections on the Saber Teeth. There's one left, but he's really low. The Farseer's full, though. I mean, maybe he can make some
Yeah,
magic happen.
that debuff timer was great.
Yeah, some dead shots, though, coming through. I think the
Looks
Storm's
like
got it right.
perhaps, yeah, they should, but that's a close round.
Yeah, not too bad. Got some spells here. Extended range Arclight actually picked up here. Scion's been playing pretty fast, I've noticed. It's a pretty big button to click. Like, it costs 100, and it's like a huge commitment. So, I guess he's feeling pretty confident.
It's a good sign, I think, for a player if they play very quickly, because they just know what they want, and it leaves you more room to kind of think about what you want to do in the rounds to come.
Yeah, that's true. Thinking about sort of time economy there. And honestly, some of the best tournament players play fast. Like, Monks used to be like basically one of the best tournament players back in the day, and his turns were so fast.
Cast makes his decision a little bit later, but will opt to go for the Rhino instead, trying to get some instant tempo. Does know that Sentry Missile is there, but maybe just wants to try and get rid of those
Yeah.
50 resources.
Yeah, it looks like he's going for the minus 50, which I guess is fine. Like, the main thing the Rhino does is just distract, right? So if it happens to minus 50 him as well, that's great.
What do you think about this forward shield, though? I'm guessing that there was a spell.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember what spell it was. Maybe it was smoke. Maybe chat will say, but yeah, I think there
I
was a
think it was
spell.
smoke.
Yeah, so I guess it makes sense. Like, smoke would be pretty nasty here, I suppose. But yeah, the shield won't be too great otherwise, I think. But you know, tempo's tempo. Maybe it's good.
Okay, so left side tower getting attacked pretty heavily now. We've got a crawler on the flank from Cast, another Farseer added, and that Rhino looking to hit those Stormcallers. So I guess that will lend a debuff after all.
Yeah, really great addition of the Farseer, just instantly sniping an Arclight, putting pressure on the left alongside the Rhino. It's really working out. Looks like the bubble's going to fall as well because of the debuff here. So just
Yeah,
overall,
that's a
really
lovely
great.
timer.
Absolutely.
Surprised that Cast opted not to level his Saber, because it was ready to level.
Yeah, that's interesting.
What do you think about that extended range Arclight card, by the way? Because I don't think it's always an insta-pick. It's a bit of an awkward card, because I think it doesn't one-shot level or same level crawlers.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of the card. Like, I think it can be good and bad, so you have to be really careful. Early nuke, I don't think anybody wants this, right? Like, efficient giant, maybe.
You see
Your
the
Phoenix
extended
once
range
again.
Phoenix as well. Yeah.
Yeah, Cast likes Sandworm a lot, but with such a high stakes game, I don't think he's gonna try cooking right now. Because that's what I would call
Yeah.
cooking, is picking that card.
Improved Sandworm is also just not that great.
Yeah, it kind of needs a buff. Okay,
Oh, we
we got
do
the
see the
Giants.
efficient giant, but it's going to be Scion.
Yeah, we'll see. Maybe forts. I don't know.
Just more Arclights for now.
Yeah,
Yeah,
not
we'll
the
have to
worst
see if...
idea.
I kind of want Cast to click, like, the defense enhancement, because that way
Yeah.
he'll reach that threshold where his Arclight or his crawlers have more hit points than the Arclights
Wait,
damage.
so I'm just clicking on both units, and it's showing 277 on both. Is there like a
Yeah.
rounding error?
No. It's 277 for both.
Oh, and
But
so you
then
click the...
obviously the defense enhancement is 15%, whereas the attack enhancement is 12. So
Got it. Okay.
that will send them over the edge.
I didn't realize it was like so precise that it's literally exact to the number.
Yeah.
That's hilarious. Well,
Well,
I
both
think
players
there's not
just...
enough DPS here for Scion, right?
Yeah, it's a very tame round, just going for ranged Arclights. Maybe we'll see some charge shot arclight coming through. I guess that is a good tech to click if you've got that extended range arclight card.
Yeah, even like elite marksman would technically put you over the edge, but you need levels to really justify that. Well, maybe he's got enough DPS actually, somehow. I guess just like
Yeah,
so
the
much chaff.
Stormcallers are dealing so much damage.
Yeah, it's crazy what a difference this round was. I guess it goes to show that like the Rhino drop and the Farseer kind of getting some cheesy snipes was pretty big, but these blue units are doing really well.
Yeah, that Farseer is still alive from cast, and it's not going down easily.
Yeah, for real. But the timing, not gonna be good here.
Scion doesn't quite manage to pick up levels on the arclights, though. They're very close to leveling on the left, but
Oof.
not quite what you'd be looking for. Efficient light manufacturing.
Yeah, it's you can think about it. I don't think it's
Although
a must pick.
Scion... Yeah, Scion already has the efficient giant, right? So
Oh yeah, yeah. For him, he
uh,
won't,
he
I
could
guess.
he could double dip, but that's mega greedy.
Yeah, 100%. It doesn't really make sense.
We do have some spells as well. There is definitely the option for Scion to try and get to the tower, but I guess he already skipped. Cast will be picking up that efficient light manufacturing. So we've got efficient light versus efficient giant.
Yeah, super interesting. Round 5 is maybe the latest point that you can pick light manufacturing safely, I would say. So he's gonna try it out here. Definitely makes sense for him to be inside of a light strategy, I think. Like he's already got a bunch of light units. He probably wants more arc lights and saber teeth, maybe even farseers.
Just opts to buy 2 Mustangs on this round. Sabers can for sure contest most giants, but
Yeah.
we'll have to see what Scion decides to go for, because right now it just seems like he's buying more chaff.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, chaff really worked out for him in the past. We got double shot now on the saber tooth. We have a level 3 Stormcaller, by the way. That thing is scary.
Yeah, and I wonder if, I mean, I guess cast, yeah, Mustang makes quite a lot of sense, because there are so many Fangs, so Fang Shield could be scary, and maybe you can
Yeah,
intercept the storms at some point.
for sure. Will the oil get light on fire? Oh, that's so juicy with all the Mustangs in there. Oh my god.
Oof.
Oh my god. The Stormcaller's just going to connect on everything now. Level 3 Stormcaller, huge DPS.
Now this is starting to get a bit scary, because late game Arclights with levels is not fun to play against.
Yeah, true. Really good scaling opportunity there. Pretty
Like
healthy life
every single
totals.
tech on this bar is scary.
Yeah, but what giants are we going to see?
Maybe we don't need any giants. Maybe we just
Yeah,
buy more Arclights.
just minus 100. Another
I
Rhino
mean,
Assault.
yeah, electromagnetic impact could be decent as well. I could see photon emission being used for cast.
Yeah. Yeah, some solid options overall, honestly. Like, I could see skips as well, especially for the giant player here.
I think the most common board that Scion could build is just Melter Arc.
Yeah.
But I've seen him click charge shots in these situations, and I don't think it's that bad of an option either.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, it looks like it'll be Fortress. I think it was Fortress or Melter. Let's see what techs he's got on those fortresses. He's got Bubble, Fang Production, Range, and Anti-Air Barrage. So I would say pretty standard techs these days in the current meta.
Yeah, that Fang spawn is still very strong even after the nerfs, so you can easily get to a point where your fortresses just are too many.
Yeah, for sure. It's just a really scary threat.
Well, the retaliatory oil from cast has been predicted, so Scion putting down those shields, and the EMP looks like it will land. Double tech on the Mustangs, by the way. Interception and range. That's quite expensive.
Yeah, super bad into the arc lights, but the idea being is that you're negating the Farseer, the level 3 Stormcaller, and of course the other one on the other side. Like, it's good enough to click it, but I'm just concerned because of the arc lights.
Well, let's have a look at those double shot sabers. The one in the corner there on the right is getting some great locks. A little bit of fire landed, so it'll be able to take down some of the scary units. And the right side is still winning. He got EMP'd, but that looks pretty good.
Yeah, I think the big thing here is this level 3 Stormcaller he was relying upon just can't do anything now. And the fortresses need some time to get online. You know, buying 1 or 2 fortresses are usually not impactful units. They're good with techs and they're good in high numbers, so.
And I guess it really does show how much that Stormcaller is doing. But the thing is, Scion can just sell that. And then
Yeah.
Cast is sitting there with a useless tech, basically, on the Mustangs.
I think there's like a magic sweet spot where like, okay, hold on. We got unit reinforcements. Phantom Rays don't make sense for Scion because they are another missile unit. Sandworm maybe for both players could be good.
What about Hound Armor?
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. I mean, yeah, no, I think that's a great idea. It's just a lot of bodies, right? I think bodies are really good against cast. Like sabers are like just not good into multiple medium-sized bodies. And yeah, the armor just like completely negates the Mustangs. Would love
It's
to
hard
see
to
him do
deal
that.
with, right? Like,
Yeah.
they're high level, and they're good against Vulcan too. Level 1 Vulcan can't really deal with level 3 Armor Hounds.
Yeah, for sure. We got the worm coming out. Did it get sold? Yeah, it's gone. All right, so what are we gonna see to handle the hounds? Of course, he doesn't know it's there yet. He's got 1,800 bucks. What's he gonna go? He's efficient light. Let's remember that. So he's probably gonna buy like more saber teeth, maybe more farseers, but I kind of doubt that. What? Okay, that's that's not a light unit. He's cheating.
Well, that's a factory.
Yeah, that's pretty good. Probably.
We saw one last game, and we see one yet again here. I kind of like this. I think this is generally one of the best things he could have done. Obviously, he doesn't know that those Armor Hounds are there, but those fortresses are starting to look a bit scary.
Yeah, it definitely makes sense. Like saber teeth can handle the fortresses, but I don't know. Like sometimes you just need the bigger fish, right? Just keep buying the bigger giants.
And the factory is also going to be quite helpful here to try and kill those hounds.
Yeah, it's so fortunate. It's exactly what he needed was medium-sized chaff clear, which is what War Factory is very, very good at with its multiple guns.
Oh, and that saber on the right side finds the fortress.
Yeah, great locks. Kind of running out of stuff here, but he's got more than Scion, I think.
I mean, he's still got a full health factory, so...
Yeah.
I think he's got to be fine this round. The factory even there manages to level.
Oof, that's painful. So you try Melter
And
then,
what
I
do you
guess.
do here? Yeah, you kind of have to, right? It's that
I
or
think
like
you have to.
Ignite Fang, but... Ugh.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Some really big cards. Assault Fortress,
Yeah.
Nuke, Improved Firepower.
Yeah, I think it's nuke. Like, you can try and get spicy with underground threat, like, you know, tech your crawlers with drill, like, try and get the tower, but I think nuke is the most, like, low risk. Like, it's bound to be good, right?
Yeah. Well, it is going to be the nuke for both players.
Yeah, only spells available here. They're just putting it directly on each other's army. Doesn't look like anybody's trying to dodge it, so probably going to go for the bubble defense. Try and absorb the damage. We get shielded fangs. That's looking pretty good. Take the level,
Do
take
you
the level.
try to put things on the
Yes.
left side, though?
Yeah, that's a
If you're
good question. I don't mind it, but it's a really tough call. I think the best thing that could happen is you just instantly lock on the War Factory with a Melter. Like, that'd be something I would go for. Like, do you really believe in those units being able to kill the Blue Factory?
I mean, I guess he does, right? He only has 600 resources left.
Yeah, he's gonna go for it, but I'm not so sure about it. We'll see, though. Sometimes factories look like they're invincible, and then they eventually get tickled down, so... Ooh, Drill. That's to play against the Crawler drop, so he actually is respecting that. That's pretty cool. Some flanks as well. Let's go. Let's see how this turns out.
Well, Factory
Oh,
will get stuck on the Fang, so it doesn't look like the shields will break. Oh, one
yeah.
shield goes down.
Yep. Big deeps
I
on the
don't
Blue
think that...
Factory.
Yeah, that didn't do anything for Cast, though. He didn't really manage to hit any of Scion's units.
Yeah, agreed, yeah. The fortresses live, and it's
And the
EMP'd, right?
Arclights have EMP.
It's like, once again, I am wrong. Okay, the fortresses are doing it. Sort of.
And with Shielded Fang, I wonder if this is just a setup for Ignite Fang. But with the EMP on the Arclights, it does kind of incentivize Cast to click that Photon button even more.
Yeah. Yeah, those are interesting points. Oh, the War Factory level? Okay, it doesn't. Yeah, Photon... Photon's a big deal, like, either through Overlord or whatever it may be. Even Farseer is technically unlocked, right? But, yeah, you probably just click it on the War Factory, I suppose.
And that was a close affair regardless, right? Like, the nuke there is
Yeah.
better for Scion. Um, he's got the kind of the jump on him
Oh,
with EMP. Oh, that's a level 3 melting point.
it's so good here for Scion. Like, there's no way it's bad.
Yeah, I think if this doesn't show up, he probably just tries to make do with the fortresses. But,
Yeah, agree.
well, you don't really look a gifted horse in the mouth, do you?
Yeah, it's too good. It's level 3. I mean, that thing is almost as scary as a War Factory. Decides on it. He took his time though. Cast though, I mean, you can get fancy with air flanks. You can take your own melter to counter their melter. I don't know. Not great options.
Yeah, this suddenly looks kind of tough. Goes for the Typhoons after all.
Yeah,
Oh,
just
and
a.
EMP and Oil are back, by the way.
I mean, you definitely photon then, right? Maybe even on the Farseer. Is that crazy?
I mean, honestly, I don't hate it. That way, at least you hit more units. And that is going to be what he goes for.
All right, we'll see how that goes. Looks like we have melters on both sides, so Scion's sort of playing safe, recognizing, Cast may sell, try and dodge the EMP, attack the left. So he's just stable everywhere, pretty much.
Yeah, this looks rough, because that Oil will land.
Yeah, and like, look at all the shielded fangs. Like, that takes forever to get through. And the hounds as well, if there wasn't already enough Jav. And like, this melter has big DPS because it's level 3, so like, it actually will kill the factory pretty quick.
Yeah, Fire has pretty much landed. Left side, by the way, is looking pretty scary as well if Cass manages to get through. Melter still hasn't
Yeah.
found its mark, though.
Yeah, I mean, the Mustangs are doing decent, chaffing and killing chaff. Now the factory will lock onto the melter. There it is. Chunking through the shield. Now it's on it. They're both attacking each other at the same time. Big DPS on both sides here. Oof.
Factory will
Okay.
come out ahead, but now it'll get EMP'd. That Photon doesn't last forever.
Yeah, that's a rip. Gets the tower, but kills a couple things. But it's gonna die.
Yeah, EMP there, too strong, and those melters on the left side will prevail, which means Scion will take the round.
And the game, maybe?
1400. Oh, that is the game. Wow.
Oof. All right. The bounty has been acquired. Cast losing his win streak of 1. Scion going up to a win streak of 2. Now he's worth 20 bucks. And a nice game, a little bit less crazy than the first two. And of course Scion will make it away out of the groups with a 2-0, so he's in the round of 8 already.
First player to qualify out of the group stage. Congrats.
Yeah, congrats. Definitely got to feel good.
Yeah,
Pretty
that
solid game.
melter though.
I know, it's such a gift from God. Like,
Oof.
oh my God, a gift from Bear. Like,
Yeah,
to be
that was
precise.
rough. I liked how Cast played this though. I think he did what he could. Those Stormcallers as well, though, from Scion, I have to say, very effective. He ended up selling them, but he got high
Yeah,
commitment out of Cast with that missile interceptor button.
100%. He made Storm Defense look good. Like, sometimes I like Storm Defense, but I am more of a player to sell them out than other people, I think.